yangolula yoe malopeza ngateo na pesinde la mote melobae oyo nyose bombeli otilelo yo liboso ya kiti yangolula yoe.
Bonsoir à tous, j'espère que vous avez aimé cette vidéo. Donc on avait seulement fait une petite déjeuner et déjeuner, on a mélangé les deux. C'est ce qu'on appelle brunch in English. On a fait ça le dimanche en famille et on voulait seulement faire une vidéo pour montrer comment donc on prépare et pour motiver les autres gens de faire quelque chose en famille et de something to get your children involved. You know, they can make the pancakes or you can make sausages. C'est des petites choses tu peux apprendre à tes enfants de préparer qui est trop une façon donc de leur to introduce them into cooking. C'est une façon donc de leur introduire dans le ménage, la cuisine. Donc c'est une petite vidéo qu'on a fait pour motiver les gens de maman, de père, comment donc de petites activités que vous pouvez faire avec vos enfants. Alors, ciao, bye. N'oubliez pas de commenter, liker, tout ça. Mouah.
Hi everyone. Yeah, nous sommes dans la joie de vous savoir nombreux sur notre chaîne pour nous suivre et nous soutenir. Alors aujourd'hui, nous sommes en train de déjeuner en famille le dimanche. Souvent les dimanches, on déjeune comme ça chez nous. Alors on voulait aussi partager avec vous ce que nous faisions chez nous chaque dimanche matin. Donc c'est ça notre petit déjeuner, English breakfast.
Hi everyone, right now we are going to dine and eat our English breakfast. On Sunday, we do this every Sunday. You can watch the full video to see what we cooked today. We have great salad with sweet corn, carrots, eggs, avocado, tomatoes. We have our sauces and juices. We've got apple juice, salad cream, dressing cream, and we've got trifles. We've got sausages, eggs and bacon. We have cheese toasties, beans, yogurt, baguette with cheese and ham. Yeah, cooked tomatoes and...
Merci, enjoy. Maintenant nous allons prier. Nous allons rendre gloire à Dieu. Prions.
So these are the ingredients. You got some bacon, cheese, carrots, sweet corn, sausages, tomatoes, lettuce, eggs, cucumber, mushrooms, and avocado. So that's what we're going to use to cook. So right now we're just putting the pan in the stove and heating it up, and we're going to put our eggs in there and let them boil and make some boiled eggs. And here we're just adding another pan, and we're going to add some oil, and we're going to use that to fry some of our bacon. So we've added another pan, and we're going to add some oil into this pan as well and use that to fry some other of our items. So I'm going to use it to fry some sausages. And here we're just going to add our eggs into the hot water. We've let it boil. It hasn't reached boiling point, but it's quite hot now, so we're just going to put our eggs, and that means that they will probably boil quicker. So right now we're just washing the mushroom and washing the tomatoes that we're going to fry. Just make sure that you wash them properly, because the mushrooms do come from the ground and sometimes they're filled with like little black marks, you know, so you make sure you take away all of the, you know, particles. So now I'm just gonna put the bacon in the oil that we left. So the oil's quite hot already, so that just means it's gonna fry quite quickly. So, you know, just put all the bacon particles in. Don't worry about putting too much because it's gonna scrumple up again. So put all the bacon in the oil and let it cook. You know, it depends how you like your bacon. Some people like their bacon very soft, some people like it quite crispy. So make it to your desire, but just make sure it's completely cooked inside. Not inside, but cooked all around, I should say. So now we're just gonna take some eggs and we're gonna break them and then put them in the oil and let them fry. We're gonna make a couple of these, probably about 7 or 8 because we're quite a big family. So yeah, put about 3 in or 2 in and then let it fry. Again, to your desire. Some people like the egg very runny in the middle, some people like the egg quite cooked. So, you know, to your desire, just make sure that the oil is quite hot, and yeah. So we're just gonna put the sausages in the oil and let them again fry until they're ready. We like ours quite brown and, you know, quite cooked from the inside and out, but again, fry to your preferences, but just make sure that it is cooked, because if the meat is not cooked properly, it can cause food poisoning. So here we're just adding some more bacon into the oil, you know, just get that all fried up. So here we're just gonna cut up the tomatoes and put them in the oil. So I think we have 5 tomatoes there. We're just gonna cut them all up, and then we're also gonna cut the mushrooms and fry them separately in different pans. So with the mushroom, we're gonna add oil, but we're also gonna add a bit of water, just a little bit, and it creates its own water. But yeah, and then just put the stove down. Put the temperature down, put it probably at like 3 or 4. Don't put it too high or else it will burn very quickly. So yeah, enjoy. So right now we have the mushrooms on the stove. We've added some of the tomatoes with onion and we're frying those. We're gonna make an onion and tomato omelette, and yeah. So here we just added the omelette after we've fried the onions and the tomatoes quite well. Make sure that the onions are soft and the tomatoes are soft, and then just put the heat down a little bit and let the bottom of the omelette cook. And then when it's all cooked, you can flip it. So once you've let the omelette cook for a while, just go around the edges, make sure it hasn't stuck to the edge, and if it's coming off quite easily, it does indicate that you can flip it. If it's stuck, try to unstuck it, but yeah, just try to flip it. There's not really a technique I can give, you know, sometimes it flips well, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, just try to flip it. Maybe you can put it back together what if you flipped it wrongly. But yeah, just try your best, or you could just make it into scrambled eggs really if it doesn't flip well. So here we're just gonna put the tomatoes that we cut in the previous video, and we're gonna put it in the oil and let that cook for a little bit. Make sure that the oil temperature is quite low, the stove temperature is low. You can put it at like 3, and then that means that your tomatoes won't burn very quickly and will actually cook and become quite soft. So yeah. So the tomatoes are just cooking. As you can see, the oil is getting quite hot. You know, now you can turn it around, you know, to see if it's, you know, cooking on one side and not the other. Turn them around, just play around with them in the oil until they're ready. They should be ready when they start to brown a little bit on the edges, and as you'll see in a few minutes. So here we're adding some black peppercorns to the tomatoes. We're just gonna add a little bit of it to give it a good smell. Yeah. So here we've taken the pepper and actually grinded them into a powdered version, and now we're sprinkling them around the tomatoes. So now we're making the salad. Just gonna put some lettuce and tomatoes and cucumber and some carrots, and then we're gonna cut some eggs. We're also gonna put some avocados in the salad, so it's gonna be a very full fat salad, if I can say. You got your healthy vegetables and you also have your protein and carbohydrates, so it's very filling salad. Hopefully you guys can get inspiration from this recipe and try it out as well. So here we're making some sandwiches. We're gonna put some cheese and ham, and we're just putting some salad cream as a base for them, and then we're gonna fry them and make them like crispy on the outside. So right now we've just put the oil and heating it up in order to put the sandwiches in. We're just gonna let the sandwiches cook from on both sides and get a bit brown, and then we'll take the sandwiches out so that the outside is crispy and the inside is very soft with cheese and ham. And then we're gonna cut them up into little triangles to make enough for the whole family. So this is the last thing that we're gonna make. We're just making some baguette bread, and we're gonna cut it in half and put in some cheese and ham. It's the final recipe that we're making for our Sunday brunch.
Liboso ya kiti yango luna yoe